The non-probability sampling techniques. 5 types of non-probability sampling. In the world of research, sampling is an essential tool for gathering information about a population. While probability sampling is considered the gold standard, there are situations where non-probability sampling techniques may be more appropriate. After watching this video, you will be able to define non-probability sampling and explain its key characteristics, identify the different types of non-probability sampling, and provide examples of non-probability sampling in real-world settings. So what is non-probability sampling? In non-probability sampling, people are chosen based on non-random criteria such as their availability, their willingness to participate, or their suitability for the research. This means that not everyone in the population has an equal chance of being selected. 5 types of non-probability sampling. Quota sampling. Quota sampling relies on the non-random selection of a predetermined number or proportion of units, called a quota. The aim of quota sampling is to control what or who makes up your sample. For example, to gauge interest in a new after-school tutoring program at Tarlac National High School, you divide the student population into 3 groups based on their learning styles: active learners, visual learners, and auditory learners. You set a quota of 100 students for each group to ensure equal representation. Approaching students in various locations, you explain the research and invite them to participate in a brief survey. Continuing until reaching the quota for each group, you obtain a sample that accurately reflects the school's diversity, enabling you to gather reliable data for each group and make informed decisions regarding the tutoring program. Purposive sampling. This type of sampling, also known as judgmental sampling, involves the researcher using their expertise to select a sample that is most useful to the purposes of the research. For example, to understand the challenges and needs of diverse students at Tarlac National High School, purposive sampling can be employed. This involves selecting students based on specific criteria, ensuring a representative sample for gathering rich qualitative data on academic challenges, social and emotional well-being, school climate, and recommendations for improvement. This information can inform strategic decisions to enhance inclusivity and support for all students. Snowball sampling. If the population is hard to access, snowball sampling can be used to recruit participants via other participants. The number of people you have access to snowballs as you get in contact with more people. For example, to understand the experiences of homelessness in Tarlac City, snowball sampling can be used. This involves identifying a homeless individual willing to participate, who then refers the researcher to others within their network. As the network expands, diverse perspectives and experiences are collected, providing valuable insights into the lives of Tarlac City's homeless population. Convenience sampling. A convenient sample simply includes the individuals who happen to be most accessible to the researcher. This is an easy and inexpensive way to gather initial data. But there is no way to tell if the sample is representative of the population, so it can't produce generalizable results. For example, to gather feedback on student support services at Tarlac National High School, convenience sampling can be employed. This involves surveying students in your classes, offering a quick and accessible approach to collecting data. However, since the sample is limited to students taking the same classes, it may not fully represent the diverse perspectives of the entire student body. Voluntary response sampling. Similar to a convenient sample, a voluntary response sample is mainly based on ease of access. Instead of the researcher choosing participants and directly contacting them, people volunteer themselves. For example, to gauge student interest in a new lunch menu at Tarlac National High School school canteen, a survey was conducted garnering a significant number of responses. Students with strong opinions or preferences are more likely to participate, potentially skewing the results and limiting the generalizability of the findings. As a conclusion, non-probability sampling can be a useful tool for research, but it is important to be aware of its limitations. When using non-probability sampling, researchers should take steps to minimize the risk of sampling bias and to ensure that the results of the research are interpreted with caution. Thank you for watching. This is Sir Julius Pagdilao from Tarlac National High School Senior High School.